all, Cynthia here from NB Pretty Papers up on the Crafty Maven Getaway today with a Scraplift layout. I'm scraplifting a fellow Crafty Maven today. And the way I come about this was a little bit by accident actually. We recently had a Scraplift hop on the Crafty Maven Getaway channel and I thought I was allocated Miranda. And I wasn't, so I went off and found Miranda and found one of her pages and did it. And then when I went to go back and comment on how awesome I thought her page was and thank her so much for giving me the inspiration, I realised I was actually meant to be scraplifting somebody else. So you're getting a double bonus from me, but I'm very happy that I found the wrong person anyway, because I love this sketch and I love the layout, and I wouldn't have done it otherwise. And not only am I scrap lifting Miranda on one of her pages, and I will insert the page just here so you can see what it is that I'm scrap lifting, I'm actually doing a little bit of her technique as well. So I would generally work directly in my traveller's notebook and then, you know, cut it and paste it in as I'm going. But Miranda works like this. So she has her papers on her desk and she just folds them, and at the last minute, once it's all done, she cuts it in half and adds it to her book. So I thought I would give that a go as well. And I think I liked it. So I might try it again a couple of times once I got the hang of how to measure and trim the papers as such. So I might try that for a little bit and see how it goes. So I have backed or mounted, no, what's the word? I have given a border to the page. So in Miranda's layout, she has 3 mats on the page. I decided to only do 2. And she also has a banner of 3 banners running across the page, and I decided to only do 2. Oh my god! That was a mouthful. So just going through, having a look to see what I can like. I'm loving all the bright and vibrant colours to this page. I would say it's been a little while since I've done one quite so busy and quite so vibrant, and I absolutely love the way it come out. So just measuring now the 2 banners here, making one just a little bit smaller than the other. Actually, I think I could lie. No, I think I do only do two banners. With this paper that I'm going to back my photo on, I initially thought about making that into a banner that sort of hangs down from the page. So I'd trim it this way, give it some length, and sit it back on the page to see what I think of it. But I end up trimming it down a fair bit. Thought about using that blue as the 3rd banner, but I felt like it was just too dark for the page and took away from the brightness and the fun colours. So I decided not to do that. And it's the same with the little bit of blue strip that I was going to have on the top of the photo. I decided to trim that off as well. Here we go, trimming down my 3rd banner. I must have thought about it, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't make it. No, maybe it does. I'll have to see. Nope, no, I'll throw it aside. There we go. I just turn these into banners, and then she also ruffled up the edges of her banners, so in a minute I grab my scissors and do those. I do have a tool that will rough up the edges, but as I do it so infrequently, I decided that I wouldn't dig it out from the back of the drawer. I know where it is, but it's at the back of the drawer, and I figured scissors will work. Coming in now to try to add those frames in, and I've pulled out all the frames that I have in my stash, which as you can see is not too many, and I start to fiddle around with them to see what I can make work and how it's going to work for me. Just making sure I glue these 2 pages together nicely. And here we go, this is where I rough up the page. Rough up the banners, and I like the way they go across both pages. I think that looks very effective. So this one is quite a few layers and a lot more detail to my traveller's notebook than I would generally have. What I've been having of late anyway. So sticking that down, I'm going to just leave a little bit of a gap there, so then when the book folds, it folds a little bit easier. It would have been getting a little bit thick at that point. And there we go, just matting these down. I must have decided to give just that hint of darkness to that photo. Coming back in with these frames again to see what I can use. I love that little heart frame. I think the colours work well, and I decided to go with that striped, pink striped one as well. Now I just go through the ephemera that came in my kit. So pretty much everything in here, all but bits and pieces, are from the Vicky Booten Kaleidoscope collection, or the ephemera pieces. So I'll go through those and see what I can use. Pull out these puffy stickers from my stash. Puffy word phrases, that's what I was trying to think of. I'm pretty sure they are from a Pink Fresh Studio line. They're quite old now. When I say quite old, they must be, I don't know, 12, 18, 2 years old now. And I decided I would use that green one that says The Reason Why. I don't do my journaling on camera, and knowing me, it probably won't be in the photos either, but I will come back in and print out 3 little strips of just saying 3 reasons why I love my hubby. So they will go on there somewhere. Just trimmed out the back of that triangle paper, had all those cameras, and there's one camera, full camera on the back of it when I trimmed it out, so I thought I would use that. Love all these leaves and the floral pieces that are in the Vicky Booten collection. Absolutely gorgeous. So I'm just sticking everything down, adding some little clouds. Come back into the other side and add that little floral piece. On camera I think it looks quite busy, but in in real life you can actually see that floral piece, and over where the frames are quite easy. It's sort of, each piece stands out on its own. Did decide that I want to back something behind the frame just to mute that background a little bit and help the word, the reason why, pop out a little bit. So I go in and I find some vellum. Initially thought I'd use a light pink, but that just didn't look quite right, so I just come up with this clear vellum. Just going to back this main frame, and that's the one where the most of the title is going to sit. Then I'm going to put that down, pop out all the little bits and pieces that are in the middle of the letters. And there's also some little hearts and stars on that piece of paper there, or the acetate that comes with that collection, so I will come back in and add a couple of those onto the page a little bit better as well. That little birdie is a bird that I actually trimmed out from the packaging. So the ephemera packaging from the Vicky Booten collection had a gorgeous pattern on it, so I would have used the pattern, and I trimmed out the middle, that little butterfly that was in the middle, because I thought I could use that, so he's just gone there. This is where I come back in with those little puffy hearts and stars. I put one in the middle of the camera and just a little star up above the title. I don't do too much more. Obviously I trim it down first, and then I go to my stash and I pull out some, like a rub-on, and I've had them in my stash, I would say, I reckon I brought them around 2000 maybe. So they're quite old, 19 years old maybe, 18, 19 years old. And I still use them and they still work really awesome. They're just a great little rub-on. You'll see them in a minute. They're not quite the same as the rub-ons you see that we get in today's packaging, but they work really well. They are only, the ones I have are only out the alphabet in different sizes and different fonts, but they're really good when I just want some nice tiny little words. Here they are here. And you can see the little stack that I have off onto the side there. So I brought these forever and a day ago. And just rubbing those on. And they don't stick to the page like some rub-ons do today. And that's all done. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to check out the rest of the gang over on the Crafty Maven Getaway channel. I will make sure I leave all their details below, and I'll also leave a link to Miranda's channel. She is My Scrappy Life, I think is what her YouTube channel is, and she also has a Instagram, so I'll leave those below. As always, thank you very much. I do hope you enjoyed the process. Please give me a thumbs up if you did, leave a comment below, and until next time, everyone have a lovely day, a lovely week, or a lovely month.